the past and discover one of the great leaders in history, without whom our nation would not exist. In war, George Washington led the fight for independence from Great Britain. In peace, he gave up power, chaired the Constitutional Convention, and served as the nation's first president, proving to the world a nation's people could govern themselves. His leadership defined America's governing principles, establishing the freedom, liberty, and stability enjoyed by millions today. Yet his thoughts were always of home. "I would rather be at Mount Vernon with a friend or two," he said, "than to be attended at the seat of government by the representatives of every power in Europe."
gum or candy in the mansion at all. So if you're chewing gum or have candy in your mouth, please put it in that trash can right there. And you're allowed to take photographs. In fact, we encourage you to take pictures in the mansion, just no flash photography. So turn the flash off your cell phone and your camera, and no audio or video recording and panoramic shots, please. The tour is going to last about 20 minutes once you get in. You're going to be going through the first and second floors of the mansion, come out the kitchen here. You have one room on the end, however, you will not get to see. They're doing the restoration work on that particular room right at the moment, but everything else you'll see. There are interpreters in the rooms like me. He'll tell you about the space as you go through. That's what the tour is. We're in one continuous line going through the house. So once you get in line, you just follow the horse behind you, and he'll talk to you when you go by. And welcome to Mount Vernon.
Okay. Thank you.
Now these are all original buildings that you're looking at. All of them are made out of yellow pine. They are wooden buildings with a wooden roof. The roof's made out of cypress, the buildings are made out of yellow pine. The technique that you see is called rustication and sand casting. The board is chiseled and beveled to look like a series of blocks of stone. It is then varnished and painted with white paint, and they throw crushed sandstone into the wet paint while it is still wet. It embeds the sandstone into the paint, and that's what gives it that color and texture.
Had the house look like that.
Oops, sorry.
In the back, when you were on the other side, you see the regular wood. But when you're a certain place in the house, it looks like it's block. But it is all wood. They carved it like a block, painted it, and then literally threw sand at it. It's called the rustication and sand casting. And this is the Potomac River, or you might call it the Potomac, like George Washington probably did. It's a mile wide right here, and I heard that question. I was reading someone's mind. Is this where he threw the silver dollar-shaped rock across? No, that was down at the Rappahannock, about 45 miles that way, but he could have done it here because money went further in those days. Go.
The house was first built by his father. It was a 5-room house about the size of the kitchen, but he expands the house after he marries Martha. Shortly after. He wants to impress his new wife. bed frame that Washington passed away on. He died in there on December the 14th of 1799 at age 67. And he passed away from a serious throat infection. May have been caused by strep, may have not. But he did pass away.
That's right there.
Right there.
Wow.
Private study. This is for his introduction all of the business of the plantation product. The books here behind me are 18th century, but they're not his original collection because they're housed in a more climate-controlled space, but they represent about a third of what he would have owned. His collection totaled well over 1,200 different volumes as he used reading to teach himself. His formal education ceases at about the age of 12.
It was, the heat was very hot in here. There were cooking odors, it could be smoky, it could be noisy. So the butler would come from the house, get the prepared food, and take it back to that little pantry that you walk by and put it in China serving dishes. Back here, we've got two little rooms. The one on the left is called the larder. That is 18th century short-term refrigeration. So it's dug into the ground,